guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, welcome. My name is Diantia and I will be giving you guys a few tips about college. I'm currently in my sophomore year of college, so this can be some advice for freshmen or even upperclassmen, but I'm only a sophomore, so I'm going to give you guys some things based on my experience. So keep in mind some of the things I may say, you may not encounter some of these things for your freshman year. Everyone's experience is different, everyone are different in their own way. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and also like and comment. Okay, so for my very first tip, my advice is going to start kind of like before you get to college. So the main thing, in my opinion, you're going to get a lot of graduation money, and if you did not get graduation money, that's okay or whatever. But if you were saving up money, stacking up money, or whatever you were doing for college, please spend that money very wisely. So you're going to get a lot of money, but you want to really make sure that you don't spend all that money at one time, because you don't know, like, you may have to buy some things and your parents or whatever, they may not send you money, or even like for your books, or even just like to shop in the schools like bookstores to get you some clothing and stuff. So make sure you spend that money very, very wisely. Don't let it all go on one thing. So now these tips I'm going to mention now are going to be about academic wise. The main thing, college is not high school. In high school, I was able to study the night before and make an A and literally finish the class with an A and get A's on all of my tests. In college, and keep in mind, guys, I'm a nursing major, so that may also play a factor in this. It's different for every major. The house phone. Okay, so like I was saying, every major is different, but like I also mentioned, in high school, I can study that night before and literally make an A on everything. But in college, no. You have to study at least for like your general ed courses, like my science and my stat class I had last semester, which was spring semester. Y'all, you have to study in advance. I'm not talking about a week in advance. I'm not talking about a day, 2 days, 3 days. I'm talking about weeks in advance, especially if you're a nursing major. Like I said, I'm speaking from experience. You actually have to know how to apply that information that you're learning, and you can't just, instantly be like, oh, I'm gonna just read it this one time and pass with an A. Now, like I said, everyone's experience may be different. You may have a class you can study the night before. But from my experience, college is not like high school. It's very different, and it's on different levels, and you have to study in advance. Okay, so my next tip is going to be about office hours. I never went to office hours yet. I know a lot of people put that in their tip videos. But if you do have some issues with the professor, I would recommend, not like with the professor, but like with the content, I would recommend that you do go to office hours. I would recommend that you get your, like, if you get your test back and you see like you made like a D or something on it, obviously you will want to go to your professor, see what you got wrong, because most of the times you have to go to office hours to see that. See what you got wrong, talk to the professor, and ask the professor for some tips. So I never been to office hours, but they do say like you going to office hours sometimes later down the line. If you need like a few more points to boost your grade up, some professors will give you those points. Okay, another academic tip I have is textbooks. So textbooks are not cheap. Textbooks are not cheap at all. At my school, I'm pretty sure other schools as well, you can buy either used books or you can buy new books, which are basically the same in a way, but the new books are obviously going to be higher than the used books. But another thing, if you actually need a book, I recommend trying Barnes & Nobles or Amazon to see for like a cheaper route. But if not, I know they'd be like, you need the book sometimes before you get to class, but if you don't, try to wait out and don't get the book, because those books are very expensive. I used my nursing book from my freshman year. They told us we needed it, but I didn't need it to pass my test, if that makes sense. Spring semester, I didn't get no books for nursing, and I did fine. Now, yes, we did have a project that we needed the book, but most likely some of your classmates are going to buy the book. Now, for my biology class in fall semester, I bought that book as well. I did not use the book, but for my anatomy classes coming up, this isn't a very important course. It's not an introduction to biology course, so I'm going to get the book. So it's kind of like levels to it. Like some stuff you need the book and some stuff you don't need the book. For example, right here is a book that I had to get for my sociology class. We did not use this book. I still passed the class. This book was only $5 off Amazon though. But I mean, I guess I could just keep it for like if I want to learn about some stuff. But you really don't need those books. So don't spend all your money on those books. Try to find the free downloadable PDFs online, or even just ask around. Like, okay, so there's this app called Fizz. Fizz has like good and bad things to it. So like back with the textbooks, I would recommend like you can go on Fizz asking people like, did you take so and so class and did we use the textbook, or asking just some intel. Another academic tip I have is to go to tutoring. Nothing is wrong with going to tutoring. At my school, it's free, but really it is coming out your tuition. But it's free. And we had a writing lab. I never used that, but I did go to tutoring for biology, and it helped a lot. I'm telling y'all, don't be scared. Don't hesitate, but go to tutoring. You want to make sure that you are doing well and succeed in college. So go to that tutoring. Now for our next section, we're going to be talking about roommates and boundaries and suite mates. So I had a roommate. It was 4 of us, but 2 of us were in a room. 2 of us had our own bathroom together, and then the other 2 was the same. Lived in the same room, and it was like a bathroom. Something I will say is to set boundaries with your roommate. Some people do this before they get to college, but some wait until they get to college. I say it's best. Well, honestly, I think it's best to talk about it over in person, because you never know someone tone over messages. Some roommates let each other use their things. Some don't mind if they go through their clothes. Some don't mind even if they use the same toothbrush. Okay, I'm playing. But seriously, you want to set rules and boundaries with your roommate and suite mates. I really didn't talk to my suite mates. I tried to, but I really didn't communicate with them like that. It was just a good morning, keep it pushing, blah, blah, blah. So with your roommate, you want to set boundaries. Who's going to be cleaning the bathroom? If you're sharing the bathroom with somebody, like, you know, we got to be on a rotation. So who's going to clean the bathroom this week? Can we do every other week? Can we do every other day? Are you comfortable having guests over of the same gender or the opposite gender? What are you going to do if your roommate has a boyfriend? What are you going to do if you have a boyfriend to make your roommate make sure that they're comfortable? Are you just going to be inviting people over all the time? Are y'all going to have, like, you just have to figure out boundaries. When one is sleeping, do I cut the big light on? Do I leave the fan on all night? So that's just some stuff you have to communicate about to make sure everything goes smoothly. Lay down your rules if you want your roommate touching in your stuff, because some just think because y'all roommates. I did not have a bad roommate, but the stories I have heard of roommates, the main issue was about boys. Of course, like the main issue was about boys. Boys this, boys that. They would have the boy come over and stay the night, and I'm like, I literally told my roommate, I said, let you play. I don't play those games, especially if it's not communicated. Just don't have people in and out the dorm knowing your roommate stuff is in there. So set down these rules or communicate with your roommate. Like, oh, I'm going, like, is it okay if yes, that's your room too, but that's your roommate's space too, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about joining clubs and organizations. So I did not do any of this, but I definitely think it is an outcome, like it's a positive outcome out of like joining these clubs and stuff. You definitely meet more people, and it's a great way to network and like, you know, just engage with your peers. So that's something I'm going to work on this semester, is joining clubs, meeting new people, learning about new people, because college is just like, it's people from all over. Okay, so now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Boys. So I'm thinking it gets better. I still have faith, but I thought it got better in college, you know, with the boys. Like, I'm like, oh, more mature. No. I honestly feel like college is Temptation Island, because you're away from your parents. So if you're not grounded in like if you don't have a firm foundation like with the Lord, or like just faith or respect for yourself, I do feel like sometimes people can, like, you know, go a little off the edge, a little, like, because they have that freedom, so they just do whatever they want. So be your true self. Don't try to fit in. Just go being your true self. Don't try to change for nobody. Don't try to change for these boys. Don't let these boys fool you. They could be texting you, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. You're the prettiest girl I ever met in the world. They can be sending that to like 30 other people. Because from my experience, this guy was texting my phone and he was like, oh, this, that, and the third. And I already knew it was something like I literally spotted it head on. And then a couple days later, he got posted on Fizz. And I was like, yo, baby, why are you talking to me? You get posted on Fizz. Now that I am talking about Fizz, let me tell y'all about Fizz. Fizz was made for HBCUs only. But I think I could be wrong, but I think they extended it to like all the colleges. So, Fizz is a good place. Fizz is a horrible place at times as well. Like I said, around like 75% of Fizz is negative things and 25% is maybe like some things that can help you in the long run. So Fizz is not an app you want to be posted on negative wise. Now, if you're trying to, I know some people like promote their little businesses on there and stuff like that, but Fizz is not a good place. Fizz is horrible. Fizz will just talk about anybody. And mind you, the whole app is anonymous. So you never know who's saying this stuff.
You gotta be real quiet on the creek.
But Fizz can have its positive sides. Fizz, I know I've used Fizz for, I had some Jello I wanted to give away. So I just put on Fizz. Yo, did somebody want some free Jello? It's kind of like Twitter. If you know what Twitter is like, that's what Fizz is like to me. So I just asked a couple people about, like classes and professors. I'm like, okay, so like if you took so-and-so, like how was it? Or do I need this? Or do you like some tips? Like I use Fizz for that. But you have the other side of Fizz where it's like negative, putting people down, talking about people, bringing what people do in the dark, bringing that out into the light. So you don't want to get posted on Fizz. Please don't be around your campus being hot, because you gonna be on Fizz. Oh, here's another tip. So I really didn't like studying in my dorm. I had to get out. So like, go sit outside, go do something, go to the library. Like, don't be in that dorm. Don't get depressed in that dorm, because looking at those four walls can become depressing, especially when my roommate left, y'all. I was like, so thank God I did meet friends, because baby, we would just go sit outside, go on side quests and do a little stuff. Ooh, that just reminded me. Okay, so we're going to talk about friends. So, a couple people, now that first week, your welcome week, that's going to be the best week ever. Make sure that you go to all of the events. Try to go to every single event, because you're going to meet people. Now, some people I met during welcome week, I'm not currently speaking to them now, but it normally be like that. When I was looking at tips when I was a freshman, I've seen there were like the people you meet like that first week or your first semester, you may not talk to them again your next semester. So just keep that in mind. So like the friends you may meet, it may just be good in that moment. Another thing, like putting yourself out there. I know most schools have like the little pages, like the class of so and so page. So try to post yourself on there as well. Like you can meet more people through there, because y'all gonna be following each other. So you're gonna kind of already be, because you know you can be coming from out of state, or you can even just be coming from like a different city in your state. But if you post yourstuff on there, normally like people get following from that and stuff, and you can just meet new people and talk to people before you get to college. So now we're gonna be talking about scheduling, like your classes and stuff. Now, I know a lot of people be like, at 8 a.m. in college is not the same as 8 a.m. in high school. There's truth to that, but listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. My last semester, I have 4 8 a.m.s back to back to back to back. I didn't have classes on Tuesday. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have 4 8 a.m.s. And I think I got... Listen! That 8 a.m. will have you getting up in the morning. And I'm a morning person, by the way. That 8 a.m. will have you getting up in the morning. You're going to be like, man, do I really want to go to class? You're going to be like, dang. Then you're going to want to lay back down. But get up. Get your behind up. So my opinion on this, try your best to get like a 9 o'clock. But if you have to go for the 8, try not to have your day end so late. So my last semester, my days ended at 9:50. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I woke up at 8. I had English, and then my other class was from 9 to 9:50. And I was done for the day. I like having schedules where you're not in class all day. Skipping class. Don't skip class. I never skip class. I think my whole time I missed class like twice. One time in spring semester, one time in fall semester. And that was like a day before break or something. So I just, don't skip class. Because if you skip that one time, baby, you're cooked. You're going to be behind. You ain't going to know what to do. You going to be like... And then it's going to be a cycle. You or your people or the school or whoever is paying for you to go to class. Go to class. Now, we're going to talk about eating at the calf. Stop door dashing. Not saying this, I never door dash because it's higher. But plus, like, all the little food places will walking distance at my school. Stop spending your money on DoorDash and go to that calf. Go to that calf. Go to that calf. Nothing is wrong with eating at the calf. Yes, you're going to have burgers and burgers and burgers and burgers after burgers after burgers after burgers after burgers. But you're literally paying for those meal swipes. Go to the calf. I'm so upset because I didn't figure out until the end of spring semester that the French toast sticks were so bomb. And now I don't have a meal plan because I'm going to be off campus. So you know I'm upset. So at my school, the money they give you, we call it DB, decline and balance. The money they give you to spend around the food places, spend that wisely, y'all. Some people be out of theirs the first month. I save mine. I don't go splurging. I don't spend on it. No, because no. Or like set you a limit. Like, I can spend $50 per month. Because I got $300. And like my last month, so what was that, April, I was still in the triple digits. So like those few last weeks of school, I was trying to rush and hurry up and use it. Save it, y'all. Don't be out of it the first month. Faith-based people. Try to find like-minded people. Stay in your word. Speak to the Lord. Allow the Lord to guide you. Pray. Stay prayed up because like I said, college is temptation island. Stay prayed up. Seek him first. It may be a little rocky, but just try to, Here another thing. Everybody be like, don't bring all your clothes. Girl, bring your clothes. Or boy, bring your clothes. I bought all my clothes. Now, did I wear them all? No, but I wasn't stressing about, oh my gosh, I don't have this, or oh my gosh, I don't have that, or oh my gosh, like I've been repeating these outfits. Like, you need something. Bring all them clothes. Bring all your shoes, bring all them clothes, everything. I don't care what nobody say. Bring your stuff. And another thing, if you want to do your dorm all extravagant, do your dorm all extravagant. Because my dorm, it definitely felt homey. Like, I didn't feel like I was in a jail or a prison cell because my dorm was decorated. No shade to the people who didn't decorate their dorm all maxed out. But I love my dorm, and it felt like I was at home. So, another tip is going to be getting out your comfort zone. Sometimes you're going to have to speak first. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And I'm a very shy person myself. So, there were times like I spoke first and boom. Me and the girl, like, we weren't like friends, but like, you know? So, you're going to have to get out that comfort zone. And now I'm not saying get out your comfort zone and just go. I'm saying get out your comfort zone to meet more people and just to come out that shell and embrace yourself. Guys, that is it for this video. I hope that you guys really enjoyed. Definitely make a part 2. So please comment that down below if you guys would like a part 2. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I hope that you guys can come back along. Bye!